Hello, good Tuesday, and thank you for being here as we're wrapping up weather-wise, and I hope in every other way. Another beautiful day in the neighborhood. Temperatures out there again in the 60s today. It's beautiful to see. It's not long-lived necessarily in your forecast. We do have a chance for some severe weather this week and into your Thursday. A lot happening, very active, and a lot of cold air on the backside of this that gives us a chance for some snow returning. Sorry, I'm so sorry, but that's indeed how it is. We're still, 28, 29, 30 days away from spring. Not necessarily that means it will all be just beautiful at that time, because, some early spring winter weather is not unheard of in Kentucky, but it's going to make us feel a lot better when we do cross that threshold on the calendar, at least. A number of important topics. We're going to get straight to them tonight. I need to let you know the show is going to run long tonight because of coverage of the last night's Sayersville City Council meeting and other coverage that I have to get to very importantly. Three very important topics: your weather, as well as the sewerage system and concerns voiced by community members last night at the council meeting, as well as life-saving ambulance services here in McGoffin County as to whether or not they indeed may no longer be here after Monday, at least under the current ownership or operations. I have an interview on that in just a few seconds. We'll get to that first, with the exception of just a couple of other reports, so please stay tuned and we'll get to all this. And again, tonight's show lasting well more than a half hour. We'll go ahead and start with one official press release before I go any further, and it's from our good friend Jim Caldwell in one of his first official press releases that's pertained to us and my coverage, and that comes as he is the Public Relations and Marketing Director for the Kentucky Educational Development Corporation. Lifetouch is one of the largest school photography companies in the nation, and their name has been tied to Epstein files and the former owner being somehow related, possibly, allegedly, that's still yet to be confirmed, to some of those files, but it has caused a ripple effect that has now garnered the attention of the KEDC, who, per Caldwell's press release today, says that the Kentucky Educational Development Corporation is aware of the recent concerns surrounding Lifetouch, and out of an abundance of caution and in alignment with their commitment to student well-being, the KEDC has suspended any current or future use of Lifetouch services until a thorough review and deeper investigation into the matter has been completed. The safety and protection of students remains the highest priority for the KED, he says, and the districts they serve. They are actively monitoring developments and will continue to communicate with their member districts as more information becomes available. This again, as there were reports that were coming out that the former owner of Lifetouch had accessed some of those photos at times, and he was apparently, allegedly, again, on some of the Epstein files by name. With that said, when I come back, it is to the judge's office, where we will talk about the ambulance service in McGoffin County. I'll have a full report on that and everything we know at this hour following these messages. It's a new year with new deals at Conley Tire in Staffordsville, like $100 back on new sets of Goodyears through February the 28th, and other specials on East Kentucky's best in-stock tire inventory. Conley's, your tire, wheel, and auto repair and maintenance HQ since 1982. In Staffordsville or at conleytire.net. Election season is here, and we are a one-stop sign and advertising shop. Campaign commercials for TV, for the internet, print advertising in 2 publications, yard signs, bumper stickers, business cards, shirts, caps, banners, all in-house, all premium quality, all local, with no minimums to purchase. Call Independent Signs and Mortimer Media Group today, 349-2915.
Youth.
Experience.
Modern solutions to modern problems.
Proven solutions to legal problems.
An emerging face in the courtroom.
A known presence in the courtroom.
Together, we are multifaceted.
Together, we will do right by you.
If you are having any legal issues at all, just relax and call Max.
If a car wreck is causing you pain, just pick up the phone and call Donald Wayne.
SMB is proud to stand with you with what might be your very first and definitely last checking, savings, retirement, even Christmas Club account, along with consumer, auto, mortgage, business loans that you can easily manage from anywhere in the world with safe, secure mobile and online banking that comes from over 120 years of commitment to your financial life and well-being, today, tomorrow, and forever. Salyersville National. These are actual recent images of local heating and cooling systems, residential and commercial, an example of 75% of all the calls that Ultimate Air responds to. Little or no maintenance, or sometimes someone else being paid to maintain a system. Prevent 75% of your breakdowns with preventative and actual maintenance by Ultimate Air. Locally owned, locally trusted. I referred to it briefly last night, and that was as far as I was going at that time based on what I knew at that time. But it was Friday that I started getting some unofficial word that McGoffin County might be losing its only ambulance service provider, that Patriot Ambulance was 2 weeks behind on paychecks. And yesterday followed by rumors, if you want to refer to them as that, which I do not report on, of Patriot Ambulance possibly shutting down operations as of this Sunday. Last night, I did not mention anything any further because I just couldn't confirm anything to that extent. Today, I did reach out to Patriot. I'm still awaiting a response. The ownership, however, of the company that I reached out to, however, did speak with McGoffin County Judge Executive Don McFarland earlier today. Don McFarland spoke to us just a short time ago in regards to what I'm going to refer to as a still very fluid situation in regards to the service. The reality of it is, and this has been known for quite some time by anyone who is in that circle, if you will, in local government and the like, and by ambulance services themselves, the reality facing McGoffin, Floyd, Martin County, and other counties is that Patriot Ambulance Service is essentially like other ambulance services of similar geographic and operations, geographic location and their operations, size, if you will. Patriot's January Medicare payment, we did confirm, the company telling the judge executive, us confirming, is about $2.1 million, what they were expected to receive in January from Medicare reimbursements. It has been delayed until late March. Combine that with the cold hard facts that Medicare reimbursements are nowhere near 100% of what would actually be billed in other circumstances, and that services like Patriot average, for example, here in McGoffin County, literally 5 to maybe 6 calls a day is all, meaning that it's an uphill battle for most to just try to break even. Now they are worried about breaking even. However, the judge is cautioning us all not to worry at this point, but just be mindful of the possibilities.
Yeah, number one, I would advise folks in the county, don't always go from people who summarize a book instead of talking directly to the people that write the book. I've been on the phone, I guess 6, maybe 7 times between yesterday morning and today with the ownership group of Patriot Ambulance. They haven't given me any firm or hard, fast deadlines or guidelines as to when they would, might, or even if they are pulling out of McGoffin County. Now, they were frank and they were honest with me, and they said that they are owed somewhere in the neighborhood of $2.1 million, which is pretty much in Medicaid funding and billing, accounts receivable, and that the legislature through Frankfort is yet to release those funds to them. In an email that they received last night, they indicated that they expected payment in March. In speaking with them today, the CEO of the company, Ms. Ellison, indicated that they had received enough money to make sure that they had made their payroll for their employees and that no employees were quitting at this time. With McGoffin, she did give me some reservations that they had about it being profitable here. They said that they were averaging, just a certain amount of runs per day, and that most were Medicaid or Medicare based. And with that being the case, With Medicaid or Medicare, you pretty much are only paid pennies on the dollar, for lack of a better word, and it's kind of hard to make ends meet. And I understand they are in a business. I understand that. But in the worst case scenario, let's say she said she would not leave us hanging, that they would provide something here temporarily until we could find a new provider. We have only had, I guess, one ambulance here since sometime at the end of 2024. But they do have a truck utilization agreement that basically says that if the one truck that is stationed here and is called out on an emergency, that they will have another truck readily available on our county line or close to our county line so that it can come in the event of a problem. So, you know, if for whatever reason, let's say this ambulance group, Patriot, just goes belly up, you know, goes under, you know, where does that leave us? There's always a plan B and a plan C. We can sit around and worry about solving the problems and bite our fingernails and wring our hands, or we can actually fix it. So we're working to fix it. And I've been on the phone with Morgan County EMS, been on the phone with Lafferty Ambulance Service, and there's a new ambulance group in Pike County that is looking to expand. So worst case scenario is perhaps we can invite them to come to McGoffin County and provide some services. So we're not sunk, and we're not out of the woods yet by any means, and you described it best. It is fluid. It changes by the minute, it seems, on who I talk to and when I talk to them. But we are going to find a way to make sure that McGoffin County has ambulance, to have an ambulance readily available to them. And it makes just all the sense in the world. Nobody in the county wants to go without an ambulance. I mean, just me, for example, I mean, I've got a father with dementia. My daughter's almost 6 months pregnant. I have health issues myself. So, you know, everybody here needs an ambulance, especially folks at our nursing home. They are the folks who are at the deepest disadvantage when it comes to medical care and perhaps being needed to be transported to the emergency room. So there are some other options out there. I'm still pursuing those options. I'm filling them out and I'm weighing them. I'll just put it this way. We will do whatever it takes to make sure McGoffin County remains a county that has at least one ambulance provider, and that the citizens of this county are taken care of.
McFarland promises to keep us up to date. We are still waiting a word from ownership or management within Patriot Ambulance Service, and just as soon as we have anything else confirmed and that we can pass along to you, you will be the first to know. Ranked in the very top 10% of the top 150 Kentucky workers' compensation attorneys for Social Security, disability, SSI, personal injury, or workers' compensation, if your working days are over, meet Grover. 888-9-GROVER or locally 349-2065.
There are buttons to button, snacks to prepare, math problems to help with, and boo-boos to kiss. If you have people who need you, you need life insurance. Talk to a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent about a policy that protects the ones you love. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
I love working in the coal mines, even though it was hard work. But if you suspect you have black lung, you can't work anymore. You'll find out that filing for benefits is hard too. I had friends who give up after years of trying. If it hadn't been for Big Sandy Healthcare, I wouldn't even try myself. If you think you have black lung, call Big Sandy Healthcare and get the help you deserve.
Johnson Central High School stands alone in providing the most college and career programs of study in one building throughout the entire state of Kentucky. This includes pathways in everything from the medical field to engineering, telemedia, welding, agriculture, and even aviation. And that's just to name a few of the 32 different choices. Work has also been started on a brand new state-of-the-art high school. So now is the time for your child to experience the power of opportunities in Johnson County School.
Take you to coverage of the Sagersville City Council meeting, at least a portion of that, a significant portion of that tonight, where we'll just let you voice your own opinions to the matter. But first, here's tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau calendar. A few reminders on the calendar tonight. Don't forget, come out and support the Lady Hornets Saturday the 28th, a week from this Saturday. I think they've just about got a full house ready, as the Sagersville Sports Cards Bunch will be hosting sports cards and TCG collectibles at the high school, 10 to 4 that day. A lot of concessions, a lot of cool things to see, buy, trade. You don't know what you're going to find there. Tomorrow, regular commodity day at the Water into Wine Food Pantry, 9 till 11. Their senior pantry day is this Thursday, 9 till 11, which also usually coincides, as I assume it does this week, with the Senior Citizens Commodity Day here in downtown Sagersville. And McGoffin Special Olympics are gearing up for another season. You got new athletes, you got bigger athletes. Most of them grow, quite exponentially. And we need new uniforms for them, says organizer Paul Montgomery. If you can help, $25 donations add up really quickly, or anything you can will certainly help. So this is probably about a $500 or $600 spend that they're asking for annual help for. P.O. Box 1171 in Sagersville is Paul's address. You can find him on Facebook. I think he takes Apple Pay and other things to make it easy as possible to help support a wonderful group of athletes, our Special Olympics in McGoffin County. I'll be right back. Now let's take a look at your Licking Valley RECC 7-day before we cover last night's Sagersville City Council meeting. 52 degrees. That will be a decent daytime high, but it's not. It's our low tonight. We almost got there. 69.1 if you want to get real specific about today's daytime high here in downtown Sagersville. 69.1 degrees. We're still right now at 60 on our way down to about 52, so we're going to have a nice mild evening the rest of it. Henry's Hot Dog Company open, by the way, till about 7 o'clock. Mostly cloudy, winds out of the south right now. Well, easterly right now at about 2 miles per hour. Nothing all that dramatic. For your Wednesday, tomorrow, mostly cloudy, partly to mostly cloudy, 64-ish degrees. Winds out of the southwest will pick up anywhere from 5 to 20 on and off at times. Precipitation chances tomorrow, 20-30%. Morning, light afternoon, early afternoon rather, in a light nature. Wednesday night, a 50% chance of showers, but that's mainly after 1 a.m. So maybe a few scattered showers tomorrow, nothing really that heavy at all. Tomorrow night, mostly cloudy skies, another 51-degree-ish nighttime low, and a chance of some showers. Thursday is what we're going to keep an eye on and talk more about tomorrow. We'll have a better handle on it then. There is the potential for some severe weather, and we will talk about the thunderstorms and other things as well when I here with you next time. Right now, we'll leave it at mostly cloudy. 69 will probably hit 70. A lot of warm air out of there. A lot of systems setting up to give us a decent chance of showers and thunderstorms. 70% during the day, 80% later that night. Rainfall amounts right now don't look to be heavy, but there could be some winds with this and some pretty good thunderstorms. Hopefully we'll not have to endure that, but we'll talk more about it tomorrow, I promise. Friday, it blows out of here, leaves us with 63, skies gradually becoming sunny, a 20% chance of some lingering showers in the morning, but a pretty nice day. 38, as you saw, for nighttime lows. That's pretty nice. That's pretty good average day. And then there's Saturday and Sunday and Monday and Tuesday. I mean, if you want to compare them to the tundra we were in, they're not all that bad. You know, they're not daytime highs in the teens and nighttime lows in the single digits, but you know, they're not 68, 69, and 70 either. Saturday, 54, partly sunny, a 30% chance of showers. Sunday, 41 and 22, your high, your low. That means partly sunny and precipitation that could also change into some flakes for the latter half of your weekend. Colder air Monday looks to be the coldest of the bunch, 34. Clouds pretty much most of the day. Nighttime lows in the teens. We start to rebound Tuesday. Maybe this will be our last rebound. I doubt it, but maybe. 41 and sunny. Come and sing along with one of the all-time greats, all 5 original members of Kentucky's own Exile, and right around Valentine's Day, I might add, at the Mountain Arts Center, and benefiting Hillbilly Christmas in July's support of Shriners Hospital Kids. It's a winning evening for everyone in every way. Saturday, February the 21st at the Mountain Arts Center. Get your tickets now. A new year often means new inspirations, new goals, a new focus on your health and well-being, and nowhere is that more important than Fraser's Prater Drugstore. From healthy resolutions to a fresh start without smoking, to a fresh batch of cookies just in from the daily bread, to some incredible comfort food at the counter. Step in and let us remind you why we'll always be your oldest hometown pharmacy. Fraser's Prater Drugstore, downtown Sayersville.
Atrial fibrillation is one of the more common rhythms we see.
AFib is an arrhythmia of the heart where the top part of the heart is beating erratically and out of sync with the bottom part of the heart.
The electrophysiology service is made up of a team of healthcare providers, and that includes an electrophysiology lab where we're able to do procedures to help repair heart rhythm problems. When a patient becomes heart rhythm free, it can really restore their life.
ARH, more for Appalachia.
Starting off a new year, Parkway Pharmacy wants you to know that they have a lot to be proud of, thanks to you. Proud to be community partners. Proud to be good neighbors. Proud to be your pharmacy. Thank you from everyone at Parkway Pharmacy in Salyersville. B&B Discount Tobacco has moved just down the street beside the McGoffin County Rescue Squad. New location, new and improved drive-through, new products, more inventory, more reasons to stop by B&B Tobacco 7 days a week. For home, farm, hillside, or anywhere you need it, A&W Tree Services offers professional tree and brush trimming, removal, and complete cleanup. They're experienced, insured, and have great references. Call for a free estimate, 496-9385 or 9442. A&W Tree Services. As I'm literally out the door to catch the McGoffin County Fiscal Court meeting, for which I'll start coverage hopefully as soon as tomorrow, I'm going to wrap up the show tonight with coverage of last night's Sayersville City Council meeting. Keep in mind that it was a lengthy meeting last night. There were a number of people in attendance, and as such, the segment that I'm going to air is about 24, 5, 6 minutes or something of that nature in its entirety, and that was essentially really the only way I could present it with an honest nature and format. So I'm going to simply ask you, what are your thoughts on last night's meeting? It is unedited. It covers a number of community members who were there to address their concerns over the sewer system, the water system, and do so within the 3 minutes that were allotted to them. We'll begin with Rebecca Carr Mortimer. Full disclosure, for those of you who don't know, I believe most everyone does. She was married to my first cousin at one time, hence the last name. But most importantly, she is the now longtime manager of the Sayersville Dairy Queen, who, like others, had questions that she was seeking answers for.
I got a question on how many staff.
Question and answer session. This is.
Can you state your name? Or?
Rebecca Mortimer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you're the Dairy Queen lady.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Yes.
The reason I don't go back in there.
Well, I meant.
Okay. Go ahead. Got 3 minutes, by the way.
Oh, okay. Good. Make sure you set the timer. Nobody else had a timer, but make sure that I do. First off, I have worked there 26 years. I have never had any sewage issue whatsoever in that thing. We do not pour grease down our drains. Another thing that I have researched on is in an area where restaurants, gas stations, or any public traffic is supposed to be maintenance and cleaned every 6 months. I asked you in Dairy Queen myself, and you said that you do not do any maintenance whatsoever. So in order for your infrastructure to survive, you need to do preventative maintenance. You all as a council member took over the water and the sewage. They couldn't even tell me who was the main person over the sewage. They couldn't even tell me who the boss was. Stanley named Butchie. I asked Butchie. Butchie said no, he was just water plant. Who's the boss over sewage? Where's the schedule for maintenance?
We do maintenance on our sewer plant every day.
No, I'm talking about lines. These are lines. If you Google it, the lines for a business area is to be cleaned every 6 months. Residential is every 2 years. When was the last time the lines were even took care of? You can buy pumps all day long, but if you don't have the clean line, that pump is just going to tear up. So where's your maintenance? No answer? I mean, if you all do not know, if you all do not know how to run a business and to maintain the equipment that you are responsible for, why are you even in charge of it? You can smirk all day long.
Yeah.
Smirking.
Yes, you are. I'm being for real. Answer. Anybody? No? Do you take care of your own homes? No? None of you's ever had any sewage problems? No smells? None of it whenever you go to drop off your kids at the middle school, that smell hits you as soon as you go across the hill? I've had doctor's offices that has come through Dairy Queen that said that they have had smells. I'm pretty sure we had leakage in front of Dairy Queen and the hot dog stand for days, and nobody came out there to service or clean the lines until it was backing up into Dairy Queen. But do you all have a maintenance schedule?
Not at the time.
Mayor.
Yeah. Hold it.
I-
Wait, finish her 3 minutes.
Oh,
How many employees do you have to maintenance the sewage lines?
Everybody that works there. I don't know how many we got
2.
right now.
Chad and Rick. That's the only 2 that I've ever seen come out to do anything. Do you know how much buildup was in those lines that I have pictures of? You were down there,
I
you
got
saw.
pictures of it too. It's all grease.
It ain't all grease.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't. But it was in a main line, not from my line.
Okay. Your 3 minutes is up. Who wants to go next?
I'll be glad to go next,
Yeah, come on, David.
just because,
Mayor, before you,
no, it's my time, thank you.
no, I don't think.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
Wait.
I want to
No, I want to.
congratulate,
I'm going back out early.
Wait till this.
All right, let him talk.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Dave.
when I have the floor, I'll be glad to
Why,
talk.
sure, you're fine. 3 minutes.
No, actually, that's the first thing I want to bring up, and we had this conversation the last time, and we decided, y'all seem to agree with it, that the 3-minute time limit was not passed appropriately. Now, by not being passed appropriately, what I mean is that for you all to do a motion, you have to do a motion that is somewhat specific. The one that you passed was Darryl saying, speed it up. Now, so I don't know what speed it up means. For me, speed it up probably means about 10 minutes. But because there's some other folks here who want to speak, I'll be a little bit quicker than that. But I do want to point out, Rebecca, that the 3 minutes is only in Stanley's mind. So the other thing I want to do is I do want to congratulate the council, and particularly Jeff, because what you did tonight is something that I had not observed in the times that I have been here. And I've been here pretty regularly for quite a while. What I observed is that you actually read, summarized an ordinance. You read the title correctly and you summarized that ordinance. And that does satisfy the requirement that it be read publicly or summarized publicly. So I do want to congratulate you on that. I do want to ask some questions, however. No, I don't want to ask questions because you don't have time to answer them. But I do want to point out this. So the city of Syersville, somewhere August 1st of July 24, somewhere was it 23 maybe? 23 maybe, took over the waterworks. Syersville Waterworks does not exist as an entity. It only exists as a department of the city of Syersville. You continue to operate and act as if it is separate. It is not a separate entity anymore. Jeff can tell you that, I think. I think you all dealt with this with insurance particularly.
I've never said otherwise.
Okay. No, I'm just using you to support what I'm saying. Now, so reluctantly, I think, but regardless, I did get a copy of the bill list that you all received for about 6 months now. And what I noticed is that, and I don't know the policy of the city council, but my research suggests that you don't necessarily have to approve it if you've approved the budget. So, but there's some stuff for the city you approve, but some stuff you don't. For instance, you don't approve tax withholdings, you don't approve payroll, and I'm assuming that you don't approve those things because they fall within the budget.
That's 3 minutes out of the day.
The City of Syersville Waterworks, the bills that have been approved for payment there don't include payroll or some other things. Now,
3 minutes.
the problem with the, come and get me. The problem with the City of Syersville Waterworks is that there's no budget in place
3
for
minutes
the waterworks. So any bill that you are paying for the waterworks is fraudulent, it's not appropriate. You are actually committing fraud because there's no budget for the waterworks. Thank you.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Got a motion to adjourn. Here a second.
No. You're not
There are people that want to speak.
gonna, no.
Absolutely not.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Got a motion on the floor.
Hold on, we got a motion on the floor. If they can make a motion, the gallery doesn't control what motions are made.
It's according to the agenda, is it not?
No,
And you
there's no,
didn't open it for the public.
if they wanna make a motion during, they can. Now, I'm not saying they should, but they can.
I'm adjourning.
So, I mean, that's up to the council. I mean, I'm just saying, that's the council's decision, not the public's decision.
Not if you're in open session.
There is no absolute right to a public session in Kentucky.
But it's in the agenda.
Yeah.
But when they're told 3 minutes, they're 3 minutes. These other people got 3 minutes. He should have only had
3 minutes is a limit. We're not the only council that does 3 minutes, by the way. So,
You're the only council that does it without the official policy being in place.
that's a different thing, Dave. We've talked about that. I'm not just arguing that. But that's up to the council. So if you wanna let them go ahead, let them go ahead. If you wanna make a motion, you can make a motion.
Okay, do we hear a second on the motion? Okay, we'll go on. Who's next?
I believe, did she want to go? I want to speak, but I think she wanted to go if she needs to go ahead and say something.
me. Well, I have to say, yes, it was a sewage leak up in front of DQ and up there, but I came by at the time and the men were out there working on the sewage problem. So you've been here many, many years, but this is the first time you brought it up. So what's the problem now?
It backed up into my store.
Oh, did it?
Yes.
Well, did they check it?
It took them over a week to fix it.
Well, they did fix it.
Yes, but you
Well-
know how many times I had to call and pretty much yell?
Well,
But my thing is, it should have been prevented. That's my whole purpose. If they would properly clean the lines, the backup wouldn't have happened.
well, I've been here a long time. A lot of people are not hooked up to the city sewage.
I know.
They go and let it run in the yard.
And that's not right. It's
That's
really
true.
not. But my issue is that it could have been prevented.
Now, you could have helped prevent it the way you flush the commode and things.
Honey, I can't watch every customer that comes in there.
Okay.
I apologize for not
Okay.
but they, you know, I did come up and I've seen them do a lot of work.
I'm not denying that either,
3
ma'am.
minutes is up. Who's next?
Boys are
Okay, permission to address the council.
Yeah.
My name is Brandy Lane, as you know, and before I get started, I did want to just remind council that I have a response from your offices here about that comment policy that's so, I don't know what the problem is, but the policy procedure that I received, your comment on that was that the city does not maintain any written policies, procedures, ordinances, resolutions, rules, or guidelines on governing public comment in city council meetings, including time limits, etc. That was dated January 16th of this year from your offices. So I don't know how you are continuing to enforce that 3-minute rule. Regardless, I'll go ahead and take my 3 minutes because it doesn't really matter. I appreciate the opportunity to come in and address you all tonight about these issues. I'm just going to briefly outline, because of these circumstances, some concerns that I have. I do not have any questions because I know that doesn't work in this format. So my purpose is just to allow the community to be better informed. I am live streaming this on behalf of Appalachia Insider tonight. And I've been researching the laws and the statutes and reading because that's what I do. I'm a details person and I like to know why things are being done the way they are. It's not personal, it's not politically motivated, I just want to know the answers to the questions. And there are lots of questions. And through speaking with various groups, some state level officials, department leaders from different agencies involved that with infrastructure as far as sewer and water utilities are concerned, I have found that we are facing a very alarming situation here in our community. And because guidelines have not been met, records have not been maintained or up to date, maybe there was not preparation set aside for maintaining certain services, whatever the case may be, if we find ourselves in this situation. So my concern was to find out, what does the council do? What does the mayor do? What are all of these things that they're working with? The rules, the regulations, the ordinances, etc. So I began making records requests. From December, I have made a variety. I'm sure Karen can attest, I have overwhelmed her with records requests, probably in the range of 15 to 20 requests since the 20th of December. So she has responded to some of those within the 5 days that it's supposed to be followed. She has asked for extensions on some of those within the time frame allotted. However, several of those were not responded to as far as needing an extension or giving me an answer to come in and look at copies or whatever of the records that I had requested. And the records that were requested ranged anywhere from billing, hiring, personnel, as well as the deletion of the Facebook page, which was actually responded to that there was no record of that Facebook page, which we all know did exist.
That was the 3-minute time, ma'am.
Well, I'd also like to just say then, in closing, since my time is up, that I do appreciate so much. I'm not sure exactly why or what the relevance is, but I'd like to personally thank you for giving my TikTok page all those views because that helps me. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed it.
Do I have the floor?
Yeah.
Thanks, sir. Mayor Howard, I appreciate it, and all you as council people. Most of you know me. We've had personal conversations about things or whatever, but my name is Terry Sally. I'm a resident back on Back Street. And as you know, the fiasco we've had with this crazy ice and all this stuff, there were line breakages all over Back Street. At least probably 7 incidents, and it's happened probably 7 more times in the last 2 or 3 years. The line is just about obsolete, and I'm here basically representing some of the other people with a concern. And I'll be honest with you. I know some of these people in the gallery here, and I know all of you. It absurds me to see what's going on. People have got to work together. People have got to listen to each other. People have got to listen to things and come up with solutions or a plan or a direction. We can't be just mouthing off at each other and ticked off at each other from the personal level. This city has got to start working together.
Amen.
As business people, as residents and all this, we have concerns that we want to come here on a 3-minute time limit to be able to express our concerns from the residents of people that pay taxes to this city and pay taxes to this county.
That's right.
So we ought to have a right to be able to speak and say our concerns. If something's not done, and I know there's probably other neighborhoods in McGoffin County area which this water works supplies and services, we've got to have a plan. I've had raw sewage dumped down my sewage on my street from other areas because they've got problems there. And mine now, sewage is backed up all the way to the river back here. So when we get any flooding action whatsoever, guess where it comes? It comes right in front of my house, right up to my door. Please, and I'm appealing to you all, and I'm willing to offer my services to help in any way that possible can, because I'm semi-retired. We have got to get a plan and get something going on and communicate with the residents that are in this county and the city of what we're trying to do, whether it be grants. You know, during this emergency time, I know, Stanley doesn't have enough workforce out there to handle all what it was. But we have emergency funds that were given to us by the governor that we can get third parties or whatever and get people out there to get these people water. I went with no water pressure for 5 days. And I told them there was a leak up there, but here they are on 2 other sites. Well, I don't think you have a leak here, Terry. Well, it's funny, after the day 4 I had no pressure, then I've got a leak in my front yard and they got to tear it all up. All I'm saying tonight is this: let's put all the garbage behind us and let's work forward, working with each other, and come up with a plan and communicate that plan to the people out there, and you won't have attitudes like we have tonight. That's all.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Well, I got something to say.
All right.
It's not only your right, it is your duty to question officials, question things. It's not just your right, it's your duty as an American citizen to question what's going on. That being said, I ain't speaking for another person in here. That don't give you the right, and I'm not calling anybody names, to go on Facebook and get out people. I've been called a thief, I've been called a liar. I like to know the first thing I've lied about, I like to know the first thing I've stole. I've had people go up to my child and say, how come your daddy won't fix the sewer? How come this and don't like your daddy? He don't even know what a city council is. And to get respect, and I try my best to help anybody that asks me. If you ask me for something other, I'll get it for you if I can possibly do it. We have to, I agree with Terry, we have to work together, we have to come up with some kind of plan. That being said, that being said, that don't give people the right to just call me a thief and a liar, because I ain't a thief and I ain't a liar.
No.
I ain't a fool. I've been called a fool too. I'm foolish and stuff, but I ain't no fool, I ain't no thief, and I ain't no liar. And I ain't a person sitting in here, and I've been told that you don't care what happens to, I live in this city. I got family in this city, I love this little town. To think that I don't care about what's going on in this, in the sewer and the water, that is absolutely ridiculous. I can't speak for another person in here, I'm speaking for Paul Montgomery.
Good job. Is that it? Motion to adjourn?
May I say something? I have a question. Do we have a plumbing company come in and check to see certain residences what was wrong with their sewer?
Yep.
And what was the results of that? Does anyone know?
That would be Miss Brandy's.
Brandy, do you care to explain what?
I don't at all, but I don't know how it has anything to do with you or what we're talking about.
It has everything to do with me.
How so, ma'am?
I'm a resident in this city. I pay taxes.
And
As
do I.
And the city footed the bill for that plumber to come in.
And do you know the plumbing agency that was hired?
Yes, I do.
That was Cornette's Plumbing, correct, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, if you look them up very simply on the with the Better Business Bureau, which is what a responsible person would do, you can see that they have an F rating and several lawsuits against them for non-compliance.
But that has nothing to do with the results.
So we chose to get an independent plumber on our own, out of our own pocket, to inspect the issue so that it could be corrected, because it is affecting us, and I'm hopeful that it can be corrected on my end. However,
but how come there has never been a comment made? Because people love Facebook.
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Don't throw up.
Again, I'd like to hear your thoughts on that last portion of the meeting. Please send them to Sayersville Independent on our Facebook page, and we will tomorrow pick up the other portion of the meeting as far as coverage is concerned, and we'll see what happens in tonight's McGoffin County Fiscal Court as well. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, and I'll see you then. Good night.